are live. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm Crunk Chocolate. I'm here with the show, bro, Sharpie Charlie. This is the lit stream. How's it going, my friend?
It's a great Thursday night, man. Last lit stream of Black History Month, so I had to come out repping Kobe and Gigi, putting on. But yeah, man, it's a good day. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. And slept like crap last night. So I'm ready to go to sleep the second we're done with this.
I feel you. I had one of those days at work. I was like, I could just stay in bed, but I'm gonna get up for lit stream, and then I might go
Let's
right back down.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, things are good. Things are good. I'm excited about our show today. We have a few people, two of our three guests on for the first time. Ryjack, Liv Mason, our might be Masan. I guess we gotta figure that out when we bring her on. Mason, like
That's
names are
hilarious.
fun.
You never know. You never know what you're gonna get.
And then Paulina will be joining us shortly. Oh man, honestly, let's get into it. Let's bring our and Tarek's here. Let's just let everybody in.
It's a party.
Gang. Caught Tarek mid bite. Let's go.
So I wasn't ready for that.
There we go.
What's up, Jen? Good evening.
Good evening.
How we doing? How we doing, everyone?
Good. Yes. Oh,
Hey,
nice.
Liv.
Oh. There we go. Perfect. All right. Get everybody up. All right. So actually let's start with NWSL because it was NWSL kit release day. They're out. Everybody has been able to see most of them. I feel like they're like random third kits that people haven't been able to show, but for the most part, been able to see all of the kits today. I am an Angel City supporter. I really love what they got going on right now. But also, I live very close to Chicago, and I've seen what Chicago Fire is doing with their kits, and they look absolutely fantastic. Liv, we'll start with you, I guess. Whose kits stuck out to you? Who were you a fan of before we throw the heat, some hate? Because I love a good hate, but let's start with some love.
Oh no. She dropped off.
Dang. Internet kicked her off. Well,
I got you. I got one.
okay, cool.
So people that don't know, I'm in the DMV. So I love my Washington Spirit. So that's an easy choice with the cherry blossoms. But I'm gonna go a little off kilter as I'm scrolling on the athletic. Something that caught my eye, this kit right here from Houston. And sorry, I can see that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Chicago Star. I should say Star. Whose is that?
That's Houston's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it really is dope. I like it. Like a lot of these are good. Like I think Nike did a great job. It reminds me when the WBA got new jerseys and everybody was like, "Oh, this is such an upgrade from what we had." But yeah, Houston's popped off, and I like Portland's as well. Solid colors. Oh, nice. This is perfect.
Yeah, this is everybody's. I was trying to figure out. So here's Houston's.
Yeah, I
The
like that middle
three.
one. The blue one is
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, that one's really nice. And then I like that they like marked out the cancer because fuck cancer. But also shout out to MD Anderson Cancer Center doing their thing, fighting. I really love, and by
Oh,
love,
that's
I
fun.
mean it's not necessarily love, but it's the fact that one, it's sponsored by TJ Maxx. Like shout out to people, and that the black kit with all the colors that does give off big TJ Maxx vibes. Like I feel like I could walk into TJ Maxx and see this kit there.
That's the
I don't know if that's
Boston team, right?
Boston Legacy. Yep, the
Yeah, yeah.
Swans.
when there's like graffiti influence, it definitely kind of gives that vibe. I heard that this is, well, I saw, not heard. I read this is the first year of third kits, which is pretty dope. To kind
Yes.
of add some variety, like we're used to it, on the men's side of things. So to have the individual sales step up is pretty dope.
Go ahead, hang up, put that Chicago Red Stars. I will never change the name. They always gonna be the Red Stars to me.
There we
Oh,
go.
Because that I didn't see the black one, but the home
ooh,
is fire. I love the
Yeah, no,
home.
that home is great. Yeah,
the bold stripes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually said I might get one of those.
Yeah. Honestly, I really do like it. The black and red one, that collar on it is super aggressive. And I'm normally a collar person, but the colors on it kind of throws me off a little. But I love the home shirt. The home shirt is gorgeous. Like that's
It's clean.
a, a fashion. I can see some fits I could get off in a kit like that.
Yeah, that Swanson does look
It
nice on
gives
that.
like classic.
Yes. Yeah. I what kits were you enjoying, Liv?
Okay, I really am into the Washington Spirit, the cherry blossom one. I think like the background with the like pixelated vibe. I'm not sure how I feel about that part, but I'm excited about the cherry blossom in general. Um, and I'm not a person who buys jerseys because usually when I do, then like my team loses and everything sucks. But I did look at this one and go, if I was going to get one, maybe that one. And then uh, I like that they did like the Statue of Liberty motif on the
Yeah.
Gotham one,
Hmm.
but I hate the orange. I'm like, what are we, the Mets? Like,
It's like
That's the
3D
throwback though,
almost.
right? Like I saw some old pictures back in the day, and I was like, oh, I see why they did it. Um,
Oh,
but
it's
I
it
get
goes,
very
why
yeah,
they did
previous.
it.
yeah, but it
Okay.
definitely doesn't feel like the city right now. Maybe like little Knicks love, trying to tap in to the city. Knicks,
Yeah,
Mex.
apparently, like the orange and blue is like the New York City like colors or like flag or something. But
Mm.
I'm from New York. I
New
did
York
not
has
know
a
that.
flag?
That was news to me.
Okay.
Yes, they were like
Right?
orange because of New York. I was like, all right, that's new to me.
You
And
got it.
then I've heard a lot of people have like mixed reviews about the Portland one. I mean, obviously, like people have feelings about Ring as a sponsor, but also I think they just like diverge so far from like Portland's vibe. Like it almost makes you miss like the Ed Hardy jerseys,
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, the Ed
which
Hargers or thing.
that
I
was a
like that orange
turn.
though. That caught my eye. Yeah, it definitely like as an alternate kit. We know the classic black are their normal colors, but I like the bright yellow. I like a bright kit, like the Washington Spirit when I got that one last year, at the semifinal game. So that was like my first kit for them. So like I like a bold kit.
The ring is very
Mm.
aggressive. Like we know all kits are supposed to have sponsors, but it just being that large and we all hate the company. Oh, yeah, no, it's I understand it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, like it's better than America First, but only by so much. But
Crunk,
I
have you?
think
Can you zoom
overall,
in?
most
Oh,
of
I'm
the
sorry. Go
teams
ahead,
look
bro.
cool. No, just I think overall, like there were a couple of years where it was like they all kind of sucked, and then like one or
yes.
two would be good. And I feel like
Yeah.
this is a year where almost all of them like have something that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
And,
fan of
and
that. That door,
yeah.
that center crest. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Center Crest is great. Yeah, and
Hmm.
yeah, I love it. I love both of them. They're nice. Angel City, they do that though. I feel like uh, everything when it comes to merchandise and giving them your money, they do a great job at. Now, can that translate to success on the pitch? That is what we will have to find out. And that is what I will wait and see. And because I haven't bought a kit yet. One, because women's NWSL kits are not cheap. Like they're so aggressive in their pricing. It's kind of insane. But uh, yeah, I need some success. Even though I am upset. I wanted their Soul Rosa kit from 2 seasons ago. That was just like that was pretty, but I And I need some more pink in my closet. Well, I really need to get into that.
Is that San Diego with the below racing KC? Yeah, is that them?
Yeah, this is the wave. Yeah.
Okay, I like the one on the right. The one in the middle's cool, but they do a really good job with that like sunset kit.
Yes,
Um,
it does feel San Diego. I see where they're going with this.
yeah, Denver having no
Ocean.
sponsor, classic. Way to start.
Is that classic because they don't need it, or classic because nobody wants to sponsor them? Which I'm very interested. That I'm confused about that.
I feel like they're probably waiting. Like I feel like there is definitely a market. Like Denver sports is huge, and they probably like, hey, like we'll just see what the bidding is. Because I feel like the more success you have, the more money you can raise for that deal. But I like green as a color. It's my favorite color, so that's why I like that sticks out to me. See, Lindsay Heaps, Hollis FC.
That's hilarious.
I miss Hollister. Great times.
Oh my gosh, yeah. All of them are all of them.
You go to any of the Pride games?
Oh, you're down in
Aren't you
I'm
in the
like
Orlando
near
area?
Orlando. I'm
Okay.
like an hour-ish away.
Okay.
I honestly don't. I don't even really go to Orlando City games either.
Okay.
But I will comment on the kits. I mean, I am a little. This is the first time I'm seeing them. They are flamboyant, I guess I would say, like compared to the kits I'm used to in terms of like the Premier League kits are very, I guess, classic, and there's not much going on typically. Like the color schemes on these are crazy. Like you would never see any of these kits in the Prem. I would be shocked seeing like that one to San Diego.
Well, and if they do, they would be the third kits because that third kits for clubs are starting to get a little crazy. But I'm with you.
Yeah,
or
I like
do
the
like City
Boston
do with the ones that's like for sale that they don't really wear.
Yes.
Yeah, that Boston, I'm assuming it's the away kit with all the colors. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
To me, I understand the cherry blossoms on the Spirit, but for me, it's too busy. I can't get behind it because it's just too much going on. All the stuff is just too much for me. Now, if I lived in the area, maybe I feel different, but
well, because they're very excited about this kit. They've been
Oh my God,
cherry blossom kits for years.
Trinity went crazy when she saw it. Her reaction video was so good. I will say this: it photographs better on the players. Like seeing the real life picture helps. It's like when we saw like the Bumblebee kit for City. It was like it looked crazy and it's still like bold, but it's like when you saw it in game time, it was like okay, like at least I get what they were going for. But I do like this is gonna sell out. I'm probably not gonna be able to get it for a while.
So Ryjack and I were on a stream last night where we were talking City kits, and the reported or alleged or however you want to say that. I don't know if it's going to be the away or the third. Probably the third kit for City is going to be black with this bumble. I'm gonna try to find a picture because it is beautiful. I know we're talking NWSL right now.
Who is it for?
City
Again?
for City. I know we're talking NWSL right now. Yeah, so I won't hijack
next year's. Wait, I guess I didn't hear.
I was like, wait, stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was answering something else, and I was like, wait, what are we talking about?
You called the other kit the Bumblebee kit, and so it made me think about it because this one's gonna have a Bumblebee design. It's beautiful.
It's nice.
I'm gonna try
the Orlando one right there is fire. I like the Orlando colors. I don't know what it represents. I don't care. I just like. Oh no, I do know what. I read the story about the Orlando kit. That's for Pulse nightclub. So it's their Unity kit, in remembrance of Pulse. Because I think this year is 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
10-year anniversary of the shooting. So yeah, that's fire. Because their classic purple is what they normally wear. They added a center crest this year. The center crest for me, I remember like people in City were mad about it, and then we won a treble.
Man,
so I guess people
so mad.
They did. People hate everything till you win in it.
Yep, that's real. Yeah, because people are they hate on the rain kit a lot less now because they've won so much in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
looks good when you win.
Cool. Well, let's talk a little City. We'll start. Right, Jack, I'm interested in your thoughts on this whole Pep situation. I'll start off by saying I, for one, thought that Pep would be leaving just because this is a good time to like let him go, be free, get away from before he gets too like locked in with all these new players and stuff like that. But he's got the team in a good situation. But he wants to honor a contract. I understand all that. But I had Assam Naeem on, and he honestly, I didn't put two and two together about the World Cup. And after he laid out this beautiful reason as to why Pep would be staying, I'm now all in. Pep is staying. What about you? What are your thoughts on Pep?
I have thought about it quite a bit. I mean, basically all I talk about on YouTube is Manchester City. So my thought process was he's probably staying throughout the end of the contract. However, if he can go out on a high in terms of winning the Premier League or winning the Champions League, going out on a high is not something you can always do, where you can, leave at the peak of the game in a way.
That's right.
Where we won 4 in a row, and then the team kind of was reconstructed and you get back to the peak again. And it's like, if you only have 1 year left on the deal and you just won the Prem or the Champions League or whatever, do you come back to do it again? I feel like he would lean towards leaving, given that he was probably going to leave last year, but last year was so bad that he didn't feel like he could leave. So if he wins us a major, major trophy, he will feel, like he achieved what he needed to achieve. And I don't know what 1 more year in his mind would really accomplish. But if we don't win it, then I think for sure he comes back and is like, I want to try 1 more time to win it. So I think it depends, is my short answer.
I love it.
If that makes sense.
No, it does, for sure. They give also what Dana says, why run off the best manager? In the end, Pep can stay as however long he wants to. Like I'm
Right.
never gonna say anything. All I will say is just don't get in the way of Vincent Company coming to the club. Because we will need to look to the future eventually. That is the next City manager. That is all I want. I don't care any other name. You guys can keep it. That's just how I feel about Vincent Company. But he also was the first City kit I've ever purchased.
Oh, I think Vinny
I would
is the guy.
I'd be very happy.
Yeah. Sharpie, what were you about to say?
I would say I think Vinny is the guy, and I do think there are great options. Right, I won't let Real Madrid's chaos take away from Xabi Alonso's managerial expertise. This man beat Bayern Munich. He won a double. He had the craziest streak ever. He knows how to manage football.
Yeah.
A Pep disciple as well. You also have Cesc Fabregas at Como, who is doing great work in Italy. Got them in European spots for next year, which is crazy because it's a super small club. So there are some people out there who are talented. Vinny's number 1 on my list, but it's City, right? And this isn't I don't even know a time, but the City is a top 4 or 5 job in world football. I would put it up there. And so especially when you think of infrastructure, the bag, Premier League money, you can't beat it. So it's very hard to say managers don't want to go to, do you want to pick United or City? If both are open, you're going to go City, right? So I think we're going to get whoever we want when that time comes. And if Pep wants to stay another year, and Pep can go year to year, I don't care. I'm okay with it. Hey, you stay until you feel like you just want to go on vacation, bro. Or you could do it for the next World Cup cycle. Because I feel like that's his next thing is to be the next England manager for the World Cup. After Tuchel leaves.
Oh, England.
Yeah. Why would he go? I don't think he goes back home, right? We know his beef with Catalan and Spain. So I feel like the fact he's been in England so long, he could definitely wait it out, let 26 happen, and then set himself up to be ready for 28. Well, Tuchel leaves in 28. He could take over in 28. That's just the way my brain works.
No, I like it. I don't hate that. Interesting.
Yeah, dude. There was a report out today on Twitter, which who knows if it's accurate or not, but it was a Qatari club that wanted Pep. I think it was the last club he played for before he retired, and they were, I'm sure they have a huge amount of money they can pay a manager.
He mentioned Qatari when he was talking about the whole thing about immigration, and he just mentioned all the places that he lived. So I think the fact that he mentioned them, they were like, oh, he still remembers us. Okay, hey,
Yeah.
hi, you remember us? So I think that's more what it is. Also, you kind of get the conversation out. It's just like Chicago Fire. They always put their name out. Like they brought Shaqiri, but they were originally in talks about bringing Leo Messi when at first, and then his name was in around KDB, and now his name is around Bernardo Silva. It's just good to have your names around all these other clubs. Like it's just one of those things that doesn't fit like the other. Might not get Pep, but you might still get a really good manager.
It doesn't feel like he's a guy that would want to go to Qatar to manage. Like it feels like he wants to be top tier type club, and then like Sharpie said, go into international. I would see that. I don't know if I see England. I kind of feel like Brazil.
I was gonna ask about Brazil.
Spain would be cool, but I mean he's got the kind of issue with Spain, so I guess that's
he has a small issue with Spain.
Like I mean he played for Spain, so I would think maybe, but it seems like probably not. France is not going to happen because it's going to be Zidane. So Brazil is like the other big one. I mean, we'll take him in the U.S.
That's what I was about to say.
That's an option. Hey, I'll take him for the U.S.
Come to America. Come to America.
Will that instantly be the worst
York.
group of talent he's ever managed?
Yes.
Like if he said, like, hey, take these U.S. players, good luck. Like,
yes.
I don't think he's molded England's generation. Like this generation of players has been brought up under Pep's influence. So if you think about he could take Nico O'Reilly, he could take Phil Foden, all the young English stars, and say, hey, let me just guide you to your first World Cup. That would be like his probably greatest achievement.
Was part of the Pep tree. Yeah, I'm here with you.
Yeah, I'd be fine if he took over England. Like I don't really have beef with England because the United States are not really competing with them, to be honest. So like if the City players end up winning a World Cup because of Pep, it's pretty cool in my opinion. Like it doesn't really bother me because I know we're not winning the World Cup.
So we're talking a lot about City, and I see Liv in the doc that you put. You're an NWSL fan, but you're an aspiring WSL fan. And the question that you posed is, what
City's a consideration.
What team should I be a fan of? And this panel is nothing but City fans. This is 100% fully behind City as a choice. You just got to go ahead and choose City. We have the world.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say no to Bunny, Cataline,
exactly.
right?
You got the world's best. Come on.
But okay, not to make any assumptions, but I'm just gonna, I'm thinking
Let's
none
hear
of
it.
y'all
That's
are
fine.
from
That's
Manchester. So
Yeah.
how do you come about becoming City fans in the first place? I guess, like, how do you choose your team to start with?
So everybody's story is going to be different, but
That's a good question.
so for me, I had a buddy that I went to high school with a long time ago, and then you follow people on Facebook, and I knew that he was into footy or football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. And so I asked him, I said, what team do you support? He supported Arsenal. And I said, what team should I support? And he told me, he said, just watch as many games as you can. And he said, you'll know because the team, it'll grab you and you'll just know that's my team. So I spent the entire season just watching games. It was the year. So City had won the league. The year that I watched, United won the league. But I knew by the end of that season, I was a City fan because I watched and I was so drawn to Yaya Toure and to Vincent Kompany. The names stood out, the players stood out. I liked the way they played. I mean, quite honestly, and this is superficial, I like the colors because I lived in North Carolina, so the blue stood out to me. It was very similar. There were so many things about it, but I didn't just arbitrarily just pick a team at the beginning of the season and just say, this is going to be my team. I watched a lot, and it before you knew it, I was rooting for them to win. And that's when I was like, oh, I've been hooked. I tell people that City chose me as I was watching. It just grabbed me and I couldn't get away from it. So if you ask me what you should do, I would say just watch as many games as you can. Mm-hmm. But I'm never going to say that there's any better choice than Man City. I'm just trying to help you shortcut the process. Just go ahead and pick City. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'll say this, which is I went to grad school at Stanford, and I was there at the same time as Andy Sullivan, Soph Smith,
Mhm.
Kat, Naomi, etc. So,
Yep.
like, originally my eyes are on Chelsea,
Yep.
Mhm.
obviously.
Makes sense.
Understandable. Understandable.
And as like I'm trying to get into watching more like WSL and Champions League games, I'm like, okay, well that's my team, those are my gals. But some of them are leaving, and also like Sonia, I'm not loving it. And I feel like because I'm early, it's like I don't know, so Man City it's under consideration, I'll say, you guys make a compelling argument, but I totally feel that. And like I know with the NWSL, I definitely my dad is from Cleveland, and he's like the person who taught me how to be a sports fan, but he's a Browns fan, which means my whole life
There you go.
he's been a fan of a
It's
team
been
that loses.
Yeah.
And then he just watches games and is like, I just want to see a good game, right? And so I
That's
feel like
brutal.
that was my approach to like watching the NWSL, which is just like, you know what? I want to see a good game. Like maybe I want to see this forward who's like scoring sick goals, and like I want her to score, like have some amazing play. Like maybe I want to see how this new team with a new coach is, managing. Like I'm kind of taking a different approach to every game. And I feel like with the WSL, I'm still kind of learning like what is the story behind each team and like what am I looking out for.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me offer some counter arguments here
Yeah, I'm
because
here.
the other big clubs are Arsenal.
Oh, that's
They
not
did
gonna
win the.
you mean Blondie
Oh,
FC? That's not happening.
we
So she
good. We
knows.
out.
So she knows.
Yes,
Okay, cool,
boom.
cool. That's
There we go. Okay, boom.
no
Thank you,
arguments
saving
over
me time.
here
So it
at
sounds
all.
like you want a shade of blue. That's where your heart's leaning right now. You got the connection with Germa,
Definitely.
the London side. You got the Manx side. So I think honestly, like Tarek
Right.
said, give yourself half. Like the rest of the season is a great time. You can literally watch
Mm-hmm.
the run in, see the style of play, like you said with Sonya. Now Chelsea does have Champions League, but they're going to lose. They're going to lose to Barcelona or Lyon. They are not good. They will break your heart. So City's coming next year. We're going to win the league. We're going to go in the Champions League next year. We got Sam Coffey now. Like I'm just saying, it's going to push you that way unless you just like I don't like greatness. And if you don't like greatness and you want to pick an underdog, I mean, feel free. Some people like Brown's heritage. You like losing, I guess. I don't know. But if you want to be
No,
what a
I'm
winner
not a
is,
Her
Browns
dad
fan.
likes
I
oh,
losing.
just lived in a
father.
house. Yeah,
Okay, see, okay, you've already separated yourself. So it sounds like you want to be a part
absolutely.
of a very diverse side. We represent at least 8 countries. We got the whole globe on lock. Pick your country, we're there. It's a beautiful mix of youth and experience and people in their prime and vets. Yeah, great manager. People love him. Juggy. So yeah, hey, if you want to support a great women's squad, City will be great.
The Bible,
I'll say
And
the
Chelsea is
Bible
depending
like if
Well,
you
Machine.
want
see.
the history,
yeah,
whatever.
depending on what position you find yourself mostly drawn to, if it's a striker, midfielder. I mean, I think we have some of the best at each position in the world. So,
Mm-hmm.
I love all our players, but Yui Kasagawa in midfield is this this little tiny, but she like is a beast on the pitch. And so the way she dictates play, the way she controls the game, yeah, it really is like, yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. And again, if you like the way that the City men play, you're going to see a lot of similarities in the way that City women play. It really is a full. We like to say same city, same passion. It's one club, and you see a lot of similarities between the men, the women, the academy, all of it. It's really a singular approach, a singular vision for how the game should be played. So I love that.
And they have a
No,
fancy
this is
new
a very
$40 million
compelling pitch.
and they have a fancy 40 million pound center being built for them that will be ready next season. Actually, I think it's 2027. So the club is backing them 100%. It's really great. Like they're family FC. They're super fun. Like they all hang out with each other. They got some fantastic dressers on the in it. So it's like if you're into fashion, we got obviously Carolyn knows how to put a fit together, but actually a chunk of them really like to do that. Um, Greenwood is basically like anything when it comes to like football and fashion, especially when it comes to representing England. She's usually the first person for that. Like, yeah, I'm very much if there's a direction as to what might lead you to liking a team, I think City does a great job at that. So,
Definitely
uh,
has all the pieces.
yeah. Well, we'll back off with
I
this
said we
with the
won't
City
apply any
push and
more
pitch,
pressure.
but
No, it's
just
good because
let us
I
know.
feel
Let us
like
know.
if you had asked me 4 months ago, I would have been like, I'm all in on Chelsea right now.
Which makes
And
sense.
since then, it has just been a mess.
Yeah, that
It is,
Sonia Simeone, like Sharpie put in the chat. That's her
yeah,
nickname for her.
and they don't seem to be interested in getting rid of her.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
She's there for the long haul, 2030.
I can't sign on for that heartbreak.
That contract decision was the funniest thing I've ever saw. Like, cause it's like, wait, y'all really did that, and the fans are just like, no, and they're like, please stay, we love you. Like, why? I don't know what you see, but hey, if you like it, I love it. Cause thank you, Sonya, for everything you've done,
Yeah, for
running our
taking a great
cat,
squad and coming up with who
yeah,
knows what.
playing a back three with no reason. It's just silly. What'd you call it? Silly steak?
Yes, eating a big old silly steak. That is usually what I say.
I can't watch my girl Naomi get cooked that many times. Like
Bunny just throw her to the ground. Oh, get a swim move. No. Oh, bye. See ya. Let me score a goal.
I'd never seen that, and I've been watching her play since like 2017. Never seen her get cooked like that. Now, if it's gonna happen, it should be Bunny, right? Yeah, or like Barbara Banda. Like, okay, fine, I accept, but that was rough.
Yeah, no, it hurt my heart seeing Alyssa leave Angel City and go to Chelsea. Like, it was like, bro,
she's been playing great though.
She has, and that's what hurts. That's what hurts. She's single-handedly saving them so many times. They would be in a really worse place this season if it wasn't for her. Like, she has won so many games for them. It'll be very interesting to see. And like Jen said, it's just a perfect time where we got rid of the previous manager. He had us feel certain ways. We differed in our opinion on him. And now that he is gone, Jeggy, we all for the most part are a fan of him. Tom on our pod, he calls him not Seb Hines because he wanted Seb Hines. So he calls him not Seb Hines. Until he lifts a trophy, he will continue to call him not Seb Hines. What's up, Pat? Appreciate you. Yes. Okay. So do you mostly just enjoy women's football?
Yeah, I didn't know they let men play until you guys were talking, and then it was like, oh, that's crazy. It's nice for them though.
I love it. That's that is what Sylvs share. Actually, there are a bunch of people in a group chat that I'm a part of that's what they say, or they're like, I won't let 11 men mess with my heart and my emotions. Like, they got women's football.
I'll tune in for like the World Cup, but I'm not engaging otherwise. I mean, like, I think it's interesting how you say that like Man City is aligned in like their men's and women's teams. And my understanding of like a lot of the other clubs in Europe is that even though they're under the same umbrella, there isn't as much like synergy. So like I do think that that's cool. But yeah, for the most part, I'm like, they let men play? That's crazy.
Yeah, like I will give, like, that's something I'll give. Well, the Chelsea men, like Reece James pops up because his sister plays for the women's team, so he goes there. But Arsenal, they do a really good job at the men going to the women's games and the women's going to the men's games. That is something that I do wish City men did a lot better. Like, they'll do like content together, but you don't really see a lot of the men going to the games. I will say at Joy Stadium, there's not necessarily like a place where you can kind of be like tucked away, like where you sit, sit with everybody. But people will leave them alone. It's not that serious. The people that there want to see the City women players, not the men. Unless it's like Holland. Obviously, everybody would lose their minds if Holland pops up. He can do that pretty much anywhere. This I do see this spicy little topic that you put in here too, Liv. Do you think football locker
Oh,
rooms
my question
laugh
about the
at a joke?
boys.
Yeah. I guess it I would like to say well, it depends the sport. Like if it's hockey all around, I unfortunately think so. Yes, but with and I guess it means like what country, but I feel like for the most part in England because the teams do pretty well to support each other. I would say no. I guess when it comes to MLS and WSL, definitely depends on the team. I think what was the most jarring about it is the amount of players from the U.S. hockey team were like all in for everything and willing to be a tool. And now they're, I don't know if you saw that AI video or at least the news about it. Like now Chuck Chuck is being used as an AI tool to talk crap about Canada. And now he finds himself being angry. And I mean that's kind of just the problem with all of this stuff. You think you're one of them, but they never see you as like an equal. You're just a tool for them to use.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's interesting. Like, obviously, hockey and like the NHL has a different culture, different fan base, all that stuff. But I was thinking about it like, our neighbors are 10 and 12, and my family goes to their like pee wee hockey games sometimes. And at least in the States, and like I live in Massachusetts, there aren't enough girls to play. So like a lot of the teams have like one or two girls on them. And so I found it really interesting because it's like, damn, like even if you have like a more conservative culture, basically all of these guys have probably played until they were, 15 or 16 with like a girl. And like some of those girls end up like going to the pros or something like that. And you'd think there'd be more respect if you like have the experience of sharing a team with those people. And so, I think you're right in that, like, especially like NWSL, MLS, there's like not as much overlap. But I would say for like the national team, like they benefit financially, right? Because
Mhm.
like if the women win the coin purse, then like the guys get a kickback and vice versa. So I feel like that disincentivizes, and like there's kind of just a different culture globally. But I agree with you that like they're not above hee hee ha ha at someone's expense.
For sure, for sure. Show bros, you got anything?
I think in the soccer side of things, especially, right, like there's an appreciation for greatness regardless. So, like in America, for example, right, like the men could never do anything because we're never going to win anything on the men's side. However, the women are the best in the world in the standard, right? So, but if you take it to England, like when Arsenal won their Champions League, the men were very excited for them. Like, they really are like a part of the same club and you're just a squad on the club. And I love that model versus like sadly when I saw that video first in the locker room, I was like, not surprised. Like nothing surprises me when you see guys like hear from the president and whatever. The surprise came later when they chose to go and then like put on the gear and then eat the McDonald's. I was like, you guys are really going all in right now. It was just a choice. I don't know why you did that, but hey, white guys gonna be white guys. I don't know. White bros gonna be bros. So I do think on the footy side though, like when Man City women win the league, I think you're gonna get great content from the men. They're like, oh my god, like congrats, like first time in 10 years, it's amazing. But I don't think anybody's like hopping on the phone with adversary and laughing at them.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think
ro-
also,
Sorry, go for it.
oh, just like my experience as a fan, and even though like I only vaguely see the men's football players, but I would say like if you asked any of them to name like five women footballers, like I bet you they could really easily. And like maybe they would say like Alex Morgan and Marta, but like the next couple might be like a deep cut, like I do think that there is like an overarching more respect, and like you said, like talent is talent, and I think that that is like hopefully carries on. We want to be better than that.
Yeah, and like I would assume like in basketball, the respect is there. We're seeing a lot more of the like men basketball
Yeah.
players going to W games, and obviously we're seeing W NBA players going to MNBA. Uh, I guess, Ryjack, from your experience with men's football, like how was your experience? Was there like a acknowledgement, or was it just like it is what it is?
I mean, kind of like I honestly did not follow the Olympics at all. So like,
Mhm.
I'm I'm not a big Winter Olympics guy. I'm not a big Summer
Yeah, me
Olympics guy
either.
either. Like to be honest with you, but I, I don't really know what we're specifically talking about.
Yeah, no worries.
But basically,
Oh,
like the when I worked in Florida, like we had a practice facility, and there was a men's side and a women's side, and there was like some overlap, but I mean, it was pretty separate from at least from my point of view. Like, there was very minimal. There was like people were friends, I guess. People were friendly with each other, but there wasn't much like professional interaction, I would say. Like, I had friends who worked for the women's team that I would hang out with, but and there was like mutual respect there, but I would say athlete to athlete, at least at Florida, I would say probably not really. Like they were not, they didn't hang in the same groups. I'll say particularly, but maybe that's just like a UF thing. Maybe that's just a basketball and college thing. Like I don't know.
What I've seen in college, um, what I typically see is that the women, regardless of the sport, will support each other. You know,
mhm.
the soccer team is going to go to the volleyball game, and the volleyball team is going to go to the softball game, and they're going to support each other, because in many cases they don't get the support from everyone else, so you have to be your own support. And unfortunately, I think there's a little bit about just women's sports in general in the US, because I saw a picture the other day, and I've seen it echoed in real life, but it was basically this high school basketball game. And typically here in Indiana, and this wasn't in Indiana, but in Indiana, the girls, if it's a doubleheader, the girls play first and then the boys. And the comment was, wow, you know, because the student section had maybe, let's say, be generous and say 20 people in it, 20 dudes, because it was a girls' game. There was 20 dudes in the thing. And so the comment or the caption on the picture was, if this was what would it look like if it was reversed? If the boys played first, would the gym be packed? Because the excuse that people used was, oh, I had to go get food first before I came. And oh, you know, you got reasons why you're gonna be late. And that's, I've seen that. My daughter played basketball in high school. So yeah, it was parents and then people who got there early. You know, so there were people that liked the girls' game and they were going to do both, but a lot of people were going to be there for both. But by third quarter, gym is pretty full because everybody's trying to get their seat for the boys' game. And so I just think that, you know, for as much as the U.S. is a, you know, with Title IX and all the things that we've put in place, as much as women's sports is supported in the U.S., it's still, there's still a big gap. And I'm not talking professional sports where you can say, oh, well, the money comes in. And so that's why the NBA makes so much more, 55 million versus 8 million, whatever. Right. So you could say that in with that. But even in high school sports, you can see that level of difference. It's just a big difference. And so as much as, you know, a lot of us are paying attention to women's sports, unfortunately, I just don't think it is the case across the board.
Yeah. I mean, I got into really appreciating women's football because I grew up playing rugby, and we had a boys and a girls team, and we practiced together. So we did the tackling drills together. When we scrimmaged, it was mixed scrimmages, and I'm a big dude. And I mean, it would take a couple of them to tackle me, but they never were afraid to try to take me out. And that honestly helped. We were both men's and women's state champs because, and I think half the reason was because we played each other. Like they,
Mhm.
the women tended to be technically better than us. Like when we needed to like learn how to pass the ball and kick and stuff like that, they had the handling and the striking better. But when it came to like physicality and learning how to tackle and being able to take on people bigger than you, because in rugby there are all sorts of sizes of people. If if they're not afraid to take me on, there's very few women that they're going to face on another team that will scare them too, because again, I was a big dude and I would run at people. We like Sharpie a lot too, you know. So
Much love for Sharpie.
and
Appreciate
honestly,
that comment, though.
when we watch, I when we first started this pod, I really was getting into women's football. Uh, that's half the reason why we added. That's a big reason why we added Tom, because of women's football was his expertise. Whenever we had a question, he helped us. He would answer all of our stupid questions until we felt comfortable enough to have these conversations. But I remember I joined Shea Butter. They did watch along for the last Women's World Cup, and I just joined them for as many matches that I could. And I just remember I always remember the physicality with women's rugby, but that's rugby. And then you watch women's football, and they're like murdering each other.
Football, and they're like murdering each other.
And that is what always threw me off.
And that is what always threw me off.
I'm getting like a big echo.
Yeah, I think
That was the echo. It was crazy.
think
I was
you
like,
shared
Carm, did you
that
say the same thing
one.
again?
I think Lynn might have been.
It was
changing her
me.
headphones.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My AirPod died. Sorry, that was my bad.
No worries. But yeah, I remember the tackles, and I'm freaking out about it, and everybody is basically telling me to chill, and they're just like, "Bro, this is women's football." Between the refs just like not being good, but also it's just what they allow. The money isn't in women's football so much, where men's football, it's almost seemed like you got to protect the assets. So if anybody like touches them, if the wind blows them the wrong way and they fall, blow that whistle, give them a call. Whereas they don't have all of those protections so much at women's football. It's getting better. Like they are getting better with calls. They're still like, like there's no VAR in WSL. And they've got it at NWSL. I love that you have to like look in a cooler, like there's basically literally like an alien.
Oh my god, the cooler cracks me up.
Like it's the funniest thing. So yeah, I love women's football, just women's sports in general. I'm trying to get more into the WNBA. My brain, like it's so tough trying to keep up with all that stuff. But I'm thankful I'm surrounded by so many people who do pay attention, so I just listen, shake my head, and try to soak in the information.
That's all it takes. Like you don't have to, I'm like trying to watch like more of the PWHL, and I still don't know the rules to hockey, but I'm just like these girls seem cool. And I mean, I got into women's sports really like not just because I was an athlete, but also like I think the like shut up and dribble mentality always like didn't sit right with me, and that like women's sports inevitably have to be political, because even to like get to the pitch, you've got to overcome a bunch of stuff. And so I like that like women's sports exists at the intersection of like race, sexuality, like gender, and like we can have all these different conversations like through just talking about a game. And like that is like what always drives me. And like I think that it also makes for a really interesting fan community, because people are coming from all different kind of backgrounds and stuff.
So did you play soccer too?
I was going to ask you, what did you play?
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
position?
I played soccer. I was a defender. I was like a fullback. I like to
Okay.
overlap,
Okay.
Let's go.
My
Okay.
oldest played as a defender through high school. Well, for club high school, she played in midfield, but she played either left center back, or sometimes they would go into three. She'd be the left sided center back in the three, or left back. Yeah. She was a lefty, so I wanted her to be a point guard, because a lefty point guard would have been insane. But
Classic.
she's the reason why I became a footy fan, because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna make you play what I want you to play. If you want to play soccer, then Dad's gonna go learn about soccer, and that's kind of when I started this whole thing about trying to learn and pay attention and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah. Great times.
I think a lot of the fans end up coming through because it's like girl dads and uncles and siblings and things like that. But I started playing soccer, like my age, I started playing soccer in 1998, and then like we won the World Cup, and it was right. And so like, of course, like kind of it was just like a really big girl power moment. I think like every picture of me from age like 7 to 12, I'm in like some kind of graphic tee that like has a soccer ball on it, and it's like I love soccer or whatever. And then when it was like I'm done playing, I just got really into watching, and that has expanded to like other sports and just kind of into it all.
Yeah, I've been recruiting Ryjack's new daughter to be part of the U.S. women's national team. I don't even know how many years out we are. But let's just say 20 from now.
They're signing them younger and younger.
So let's go 16 years from now. She'll be one of the youngins. But it sounds like she's got a wonderful dancer mom who's like into dance. Does it dance?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics. There you go.
She's got. Hopefully, she gets my wife's athleticism and not mine. And my wife was like top tier gymnast athlete for the Canadian national team. So,
so she has dual citizenship too.
Whoa.
She does have dual citizenship. Yeah.
Oh man! Don't give her that maple stuff. None of that.
Very, very sought after athlete. There we go.
Yeah.
Already setting it up. 2
countries fighting over her for sure.
Yeah.
A real North American baby. I love to see it. Yeah. Best comment.
How did you tell us how you became a City fan, Ryjack?
That's a good story. It's I can summarize. So I was growing up, I was a massive NBA guy and college basketball guy and NFL guy and college football. And those are what I loved. I didn't like baseball or hockey really, but that was pretty much it. And I wanted to be a basketball coach. That's why I ended up working in basketball for a long time. But the 2014 World Cup came around and I got invited to go over to one of my friend in high school's house to watch the opening game, the US versus Ghana. And I kind of knew soccer wasn't really big. And I knew who Clint Dempsey was. I knew who Landon Donovan was. And I thought, this is cool. I'll go watch the US and that'll be fun. That game, basically changed my life because I fell in love with watching the US because we won the game. John Brooks had the header in the 85th minute or whatever. And I just remember going crazy. And then we progressed a bit through the tournament. John Brooks should have had another chance with the national team, by the way. But we progressed pretty far. I think we got to the round of 16 and we played Belgium. And I remember a young redheaded Belgian player just stealing the show and getting the match winning assist and then a goal in extra time, Kevin De Bruyne against us. And I thought, man, this guy was good. Who is this guy? I really need to follow this guy. And I kind of started following Kevin De Bruyne, and then I realized I liked the sport so much that I needed to find a Premier League team because MLS wasn't really big, and Orlando didn't have a team at the time. That was still really new. So I just started watching the Prem, kind of like Tarek said, and eventually KDB had rumors of coming to the Prem and he was going to sign for City. And that's just kind of how it is. I kind of just was a KDB fan and he went to City, and then that became my team, which, it's crazy that was 12 years ago. And now I haven't missed watching a game in 12 years. And I have a YouTube channel where I talk about it. At no point did I think that would ever happen for me because little child me was I'm going to the NBA. I'm going to play for the Miami Heat. That's my team. And now I just all my energy and passion in sports is Manchester City. And that's basically it. I mean, I have NFL and I still a little bit, but hardcore NBA or Man City, and that's basically all I've got, really. So
he doesn't want to say he's a University of Florida football fan because I'm a Miami fan, and he's got to talk about how much better Miami is, and he just doesn't want to do that. And I don't, we'll see. Being that he's a guest on our show, I won't make him do that. I appreciate him anyway.
No need to make him do it if you did.
Yeah, no.
Yo, Tarek is on cloud 9 in college football. This is the best he's felt in 20 years.
Just think how I would have been had we won that last game. It'd be over with.
They'd be almost half of my national championships that I've had as a
that's good. See, that's what I'm talking about. A little sunshine battle. I will say, Ryjack, hearing you talk about
Yeah.
KDB, Sterling is why I came to City. Like I knew Raheem was coming from Liverpool. It's like that mix of like Raheem coming, Pep coming. I follow Pep. Like he got me into football. Like Barcelona was my first football love. Like my ex in college went to study abroad, brought me back a Xavi jersey from like in like 2011. So like that's what got me hooked into soccer. And then I was like, oh, I need a Premier League team. Saw Aguero do his thing in 2012, and I was like, okay, City's on my mind. And then when they got Sterling, I was like, yeah, this is it. And then Pep came, I was like, okay, now I'm in. So it's just like, and ever since then, and then I went to like my first game in New York, not my actual in-person game, went to like a Chelsea bar as a road fan, and that was fun. And we like killed Chelsea. It was like, who was the left back? The guy that the Italian guy, he wore like number 33, and Raheem Sterling cooked him the whole game, and it was just so fun to watch.
Emerson.
And I was talking
for
all
Chelsea?
types of
Emerson.
trash. Yeah, it starts with an E. I cannot remember his name. What'd you say?
Emerson.
Yeah, that guy. Yep. And it was just he got killed, and I was like, he's with us. He's playing with us. Thank you, Emerson. And so yeah, so from then on, man, like last 10 years has been like City through and through. Nothing like it. Those Saturday mornings, did the years in LA where I was up at 4 to watch those early matches at 4:30, whatever. It's a whole different lifestyle. Like those are the most passionate fans in the world. I don't care what you say. You go to California, anybody in the West Coast, you got to watch 4 o'clock games. It's a whole different beast of love. Couldn't even drink till 6. So yeah, that's nothing like it.
I was going to ask if any of you guys have like local Premier League bars that are like Man City, like watering holes, because I do know people who like that's how they pick their team basically. Is like, oh, well, like the pub down the road is like, all about Arsenal. And it's fun to go to watch a game at 7 a.m. with a beer and like a bunch of people screaming. So
It's funny.
Unfortunately,
I
go ahead,
don't,
Roger.
man. I live in the horse capital of the world. There's nothing but old people and horse farms here. So I really don't have any, and I don't really drink that much either. But so no. But it would be cool if I did. I'd probably go. But
Yeah.
no.
I don't drink either, but I live in a town that's not big enough to really support it. I don't think we could probably maybe do something for like just a Premier League bar where everybody came, but I don't know. I've thought about it because I want that experience. Because when Sharpie's talking about being in LA and being at those events, or
shout out to the homies at Hollywood MCFC.
yeah, Hollywood, yeah, exactly. Or when Tom is talking about hanging out with Kansas citizens and they're doing these in-person things, it's like I would love to do that. It just doesn't really exist. We did a kind of a live meet and greet or whatever. We were in Chicago a couple years ago and we went to the bar there. So that was pretty cool. I got a somewhere back there. There's a scarf from Chicago. When I went to the game in Ohio, in Columbus, was it last summer before last, whatever it was. They met at the bar first, so got to hang out with some of those guys there. So yeah, it was good times. I think
I
AJ
know.
Hudson's in Chicago. Yep.
The DC scene is
DC
great.
too, yeah.
I just here's the thing, like we got so into watch-alongs that it was like, oh, I could stay here and enjoy hanging out with Crunk and watch along, or I could drive, have to find parking in DC, and it's like, no, I'm good. Like I can get a couple cheap brews from the store, hang out with my guy, chill with the shady gang. So I know it's there, but now it's like kind of like a chore to get there. And I had such a great experience in LA. It's like when I try to go to Capital City, I was like, it's cool, y'all are great people, and it's not my people. But yeah, like every major city has it. It's fun. It's a fun time though, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not in a major city. A lot of my first, because I didn't have like back when it was like on Fox Sports and stuff like that. We have these regional grocery stores that some of them have restaurants in called Hy-Vee, and for the longest, that's what I would go to. Is in the morning I'd go to the place and I'd sit at the bar because they have bars and a TV, and I make them turn the TV on and turn the volume up while all these like middle America people are having their breakfast with their families, are like third shift workers. But because of that, the bars were open for third shift workers.
Right.
So I'd have them either put some whiskey in my coffee or I'd drink a beer while I'm watching the game and eat my breakfast. And that's kind of how I learned the chants, the culture. A lot of my city fandom was built just like by myself. So it was really nice to figure out that there was like a social media world about football. Like, why wouldn't there be? I really, even though I am on all the time, but it's for all this other stuff. I'm not the biggest social media person. So finding out all that stuff was like a really cool thing, and it's changed my like entire world. So I'm appreciative of that.
Totally.
But yeah, I would love to. But again, Chicago's like 3 hours away, and that's probably there's a Peoria one, and that's like 90 minutes away. But it's I'm pretty sure from what everybody has told me, it's just a husband and wife, and they watch like in their garage. And if people want to come and hang out with them, they can. And I was like, that sounds a
That's
little
cool.
weird.
Yeah, that would be a little awkward probably
Yeah.
at first. If you didn't know them already, that would be awkward.
Yeah.
But so I joined the Indy, well, I forget what they call it, but the Indianapolis group, because it's about hour and 45 minutes away. They don't meet up every week, but they do meet up occasionally. But I joined them for like my um, city membership and all that kind of stuff. So I am a member there, but I'm not going to drive, to Charlie's point. I'm not going to probably drive 90 plus minutes
Yeah.
just to sit in the bar and watch. If I had prior relationships, or if I had another reason to be in Indy, then maybe, but you know, not going to happen. If it were in town, I would do it. Yes. And like I said, I ride past this bar every time. I'm like, I should just go in there and ask them if I were ask you to open up early, because most bars don't open up that early. Especially if we had like a 10 o'clock game or something like that. But how much would it cost? What would you need to be able to open up early? So I have considered it, but I just don't know if the support is there. So it's just plus, yeah.
It's cool though, like how many doors the internet opens. And like I also live like way out in Western Massachusetts, and the same thing. It's like I have met a lot of people online talking about sports because there isn't a place to go for me here. But it does fascinate me. Like about 10 years ago, I lived in Taipei, and there, like the breakfast sport that people watch is the NBA. And they don't really have like pubs in the same, like it's either like a nightclub or like a restaurant, but there are people who get together and have like breakfast clubs, and it might be kind of like something equivalent to like a diner, and they'll set up like big TVs to like watch the Cavs or like watch the Lakers and stuff like that. And like I always thought that was like cool, just that like all around.
How
the
long
world
were you in
people are kind
Taipei?
of doing something like that. I was there for 7 months, and then I also lived in China a couple years after that for a year.
Ooh,
Oh wow,
nice.
that's so dope.
That's my real life. Is I do like China stuff.
So
We won't say
it's
anything
cool.
else. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Cool.
I need to hit up Scarf Boy if either of you guys can
He
get a hold of
commented on
Scarf.
my he mentioned, like, he replied on my Instagram story just now, and I didn't. He had like his real name, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Oh, okay. I saw the
Yeah.
picture. I was like, "I know that guy."
Yeah.
But yeah,
He
it
comes
seems to be doing
on.
good.
He comes on my Tuesday, Talk Back Tuesdays with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come on there.
We need to bring him back on
Sometimes he'll
the
come
stream.
on camera. Other times he'll just be in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's good. Cream Citizens in Milwaukee. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
gotta get there. Can I ask Ryjack a question?
What you got?
All right, man. Let's put it out there. Is City winning a trophy this year, and if so, how many?
Ooh, good question. Good question. I would say, given that we're in 4 or in the running for 4, I feel like at least one is a yes. Multiple feels. I wish the Carabao Cup final had already happened when I was answering this, but it feels like at least one. And I hope it's not just the Carabao Cup. But if we win the Carabao Cup, I would say we will win another. I'm hoping that it's the Premier League, but I would also take a Champions League. I'll go with the over unders 1.5. I'd probably take the over.
I like
And
it.
I
I
would
like
say
it. See,
You're
most
talking
likely-
Charlie's language. He's a better. So you start
Yeah.
putting 1.5 to over. Yeah, that's all Charlie.
it's easy right there. I was like, got it. Yeah.
It's tough though.
It's hard, and I feel like we control Carabao. We're already there. Also think the FA Cup is our next best bet. I think that competition is made for us, especially against Newcastle. Like I see us advancing, and I take our chances against anybody in England. I am concerned about the Champions League just because the draw is so hard. Like winning Champions League is really
It is,
hard,
yeah.
and it's like you got to go through possibly Real and and Arsenal, Bayern, and then you got to get PSG or whoever, and then Barca. Like it's just really tough, which is why the trophy means so much. So like I'm okay winning domestic this year, and I think next year, like we're ahead of schedule in my point. I think next year is the one where like we are the clear best team in Europe, and we are firing on all cylinders. Vardiol's back. You got internationals at every position. Like that's the season I'm excited for. This is like a bridge season just to learn how to win. January transfers. So I think like next year is the one I'm like 2-3. A trouble could happen next year. I wouldn't be shocked.
So I need to challenge you on this because I had a little bit of a not a meltdown, but I agree that we are ahead of schedule and that it is setting up for next year to be the year that we really, make a push, all fronts, whatever. I agree with that, and I think part of it is like last season we lost Rodri and we had to work so hard to find out who was going to be defensive midfielder. We brought in Nico G. He kind of got it going. He played well at the beginning of this season. Rodri is back now. If Rodri doesn't re-sign his contract and the club decide to sell him because they don't want him to leave on a free, and there is talk of Nico G going to Barca, I feel like that would be a devastating setback because all the work we did to get Rodri back, to get Nico G in a place where he can play that 6 in the event that Rodri's not available. If we lose both of them, and we have to start over, even if you tell me we're going to bring in Elliot Anderson, we're still starting over. And I don't like that at all. And it actually makes me frustrated because I feel like the trophies next year are right there. And we might again, we can't stop these players from doing what they want to do, especially if they're out of contract, Bernardo. But yeah, I'm concerned.
I like the concern. You keep me humble, Tarek, but this is where I'll just talk my shit. Like Barcelona cannot afford anybody. They have not made a huge transfer purchase, I think, since Griezmann. Because
When
they're
did they get
literally
the
their books are
Spotify
cooked.
money?
Well, the thing it's come
They've
in.
had it for a
Their
few
levers have been
years.
pulled.
They got
yeah,
those.
they had it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll find another lever though.
But everything is like loans for them. Like,
They got
it's
one in the
Rashford's a
bag.
loan. Rafinha wasn't expensive. Like, we would need profit on Nico G, which means you got to pay like 70, 80 for him because we paid a pretty penny. And he's young, right? He's like 23, whatever, 24. So I don't foresee us losing our Spanish DMs. Like, I think they stay. Rodri, club legend, he takes over the senior leadership role from Bernardo, him and Diaz, right, as the senior leaders of the squad. I just think like we kick on next year, and honestly, like we're still going to go in the market, and we can still bring back kids on loan if we want to. Like there's Mukasa, there's Echeverry. Like you can freshen up the squad if you need to. I talked about Crunk put out a great clip. Kovacic, bye bye, thank you. That 8 shirts belongs on somebody else's back. So like I just think like everything is set up for us, and that could be like as we talked about earlier, like Pep's final hurrah. It's like the last dance, right? You know, MJ's last dance. Like we know it's over, but like we're gonna win for Pep, and we're gonna send him out in a blaze of glory with all of his players. Like, I'm just gonna live in this dream. I need to have this Disney moment in my life because this country sucks. So I need this joy. So you're not gonna talk me out of it, Tarek. Like, I'm just gonna say next year.
I don't want to talk you out of it.
City win the treble.
I just need. I need these potential.
You pen and paper
issues.
for Rodri.
Yeah, I need these things to be resolved, man. Because it's like the longer it goes, the more it feels likely that it's not going to happen.
Rodri and Bunny, they both need contracts.
The Rodri situation is interesting because that injury messed everything up. City are not going to give him the money that they were probably like the price that they gave him before that injury is gone, and I'm sure he's trying to get as close to that number as possible, and City aren't.
Do you think that So because he's not 100% back, but I would say he's probably 80%
80.
of what he was,
Yep.
right? So if you project that that's going to continue and he'll get back to something close to that 100%, then why not give him that? If you
I-
think he's never going to get any better than he is today, then maybe you say, okay, well, I'm only going to give you 80% or whatever. So if it was 300, now I'm only going to give you 240, and maybe 240 is not enough. But I feel like he's made, in my opinion at least, over the last, let's say, 2 months, he's made a ton of progress. Because
So
when he
much better.
first came back,
It was terrible.
I got to be honest, he wasn't good. He's Rodri. He's Ballon d'Or winner. We know he's going to get back there eventually. At least we hope so. But he wasn't good when he came back, and I was actually like, put Nico G in. I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like, okay, he's back to Rodri. At least he looks like Rodri, even if he's not perfect.
Well, and if we like, I don't pay attention to those transfer rumors and stuff like that. Well, I'm just now finding out about the Nico G to Barca thing. Like that's a thing at all. I could see that happening if Rodri signs a contract extension. If Rodri leaves, then I think Nico stays. Nico just wants to be the man somewhere, and I get that.
But I will say,
Yeah, Barcelona's home though.
say Barca is a unique attraction for people who came through La Masia, right? For whatever reason, I won't say for whatever reason. It's a draw. They have strong, they're like
Eric Garcia.
They look at La Masia like I look at Miami. It's like, man, it was great times. Those were beautiful times. And you tell me I could go back and be somewhat in my prime. Man, come on. What are we talking about? So I understand how they could do that.
Yeah. In Barcelona compared to Manchester, like people talk about, well,
Again,
But Barca still ain't got it. They still ain't got it. So Nico, you're gonna have to just deal with it.
it's gonna have
Suck
to
it
be
up.
on a free. Yeah, it'll have to be on a
Yeah,
free.
I
we pay
honestly
way
don't
too much for
think-
you.
I don't think Nico would cost that much, to be honest with you. Like, what did we pay? We paid 55, 60 for him. I think if they gave us our money back, we'd take it.
I don't think so. I think we always been profit. Like, think about when we sold Ferran Torres, we got him for 33. We sold him for like 53 to Barca. Like when Eric Garcia, same thing. Like we made profit. So if they're not paying 70, like that's, and they need a six. Frankie De Jong is injured all the time. Like, but I genuinely don't think they can't afford him. If they could, great. Like if they win Champions League, who knows, right? The new money is different, but
maybe
I don't see them being able to like truly just. It's a money thing, not like a love thing. Like he would definitely go. Like 100%.
And it's no different than Bernardo going elsewhere over these last few years.
That's why he never
either
left.
A team could pay, either they could pay his transfer fee or they could pay his wages. They couldn't do both. And that's how I feel like it's a similar thing with Barca.
Yeah,
I really like the transfer rumor stuff. So I'm probably the opposite of some of you guys, but I love the transfer rumor stuff. Like I'll do streams where it's just let's talk.
I know. And I see your content too, and that's half the reason why I watch your content, because I'm just like, they're talking about what?
Yeah, but for me, it's a little different because like players leaving, unless it's KDB leaving, which makes me really sad because it was like my favorite player, or like Aguero leaving because he was one of our best ever players. Like if Rodri leaves and Bernardo leaves and Nico G leaves, I'm honestly like not that concerned because I just believe our club will go out and buy some mega players and they're going to leave eventually. Like they can't be here forever. Rodri's going to be 30. So it's kind of the same thing with Pep. Like I love Pep. I'd love it if he stays, but if he leaves, like I'm kind of open to seeing him. What are we going to do like post Pep? How's Vincent Company going to do? If it's Luis Enrique or Fabregas or like, I'm kind of interested to see the next like progression of who comes into my club and which players do we buy, and can we go like pull someone out of Real Madrid? Can we go buy Fede Valverde? Can we go buy like somebody from Bayern Munich, like Michael Olise? Do we have the power to do that?
Oh God,
I just like that stuff.
He was linked with Liverpool today.
He's like with anybody. He just apparently. I don't really get this. Him leave. He just got to buy it.
It's the way. It's the
I
wages.
don't think he'll leave, but
It's the money. No. They don't pay what we pay in the Premier League. Like everybody could get. You can't get 350 in Bayern. Like Harry Kane's at the top of that wage structure. and he's not there. So like he could come back to the Premier League and get a big bag, which is why Louis Diaz left Liverpool because they weren't paying him what he wanted. He went to Bayern and got a raise. At least it's like my stock has gone up. I'm the most creative player in Europe. Time to bring me back to the Premier League. Yeah, he can get whatever he wants. I would take him in a heartbeat. He's so good.
Yeah,
God, he's good.
So good.
With Hugo Viana, I guess we don't really know. Usually there's like levels to the wage structure, and him coming in and making top player money, we don't know, but we've had some players come in and instantly get a bag. So I guess
bad for them, right?
changing.
So like,
yeah,
Holland is the top of our people. Things like 450, 500, whatever, and then everybody falls underneath him. So like, Semenyo got money, but the rumors were like he could have got more elsewhere. He chose City, even though he wasn't getting like top pay. But for him, it's still like more money he ever made. So it's like trying to find that right player who's like, I'm so grateful to be here. This is the best place ever. But I also know it's not like my max value, which is how you don't have any issues. But next week we got to talk about Phil Foden. I want to bring Phil up next week. I know we got to get out of here, but
oh gosh,
yeah, we'll talk about little Philly next week.
Oh no,
Can't wait.
Oh, good old Reggie.
I'm gonna just call him Philip. I'm gonna talk about Philip Walter.
Philip Walter Foden. That's great. Oh man. Well, yes. Liv, Ryjack, thank you for joining us, coming on. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Liv, we'll start with you. Please let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Oh, wow.
Just plug
I'm
yourself.
at Liv S. Mason everywhere. And I'm just doing my little clickety clackety, mostly about women's sports, sometimes about my random thoughts of the day. And, excited. We've got like She Believes coming up and then the beginning of the NWSL season. So should be a fun time. Got lots of opinions. And, I think Man City, once they sign me as an official fan, they'll win it all.
Let's
I
go.
think that, it's coming.
Nice.
Yes. All right, Jack.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I do Man City content on YouTube. I do TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, and it's just at Ryjack. That's my handle for everything. And I actually just hit over 1,000 subs on YouTube, so appreciate the
go.
Big up to you,
support
man.
from
Big
some
up.
of the people. So very, very appreciative. Kind of still new at it, but it's very fun, and I like meeting all the the community members. This is cool to come on the show like this and meet new people. So thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Did you say your channel name? Just Ryjack?
Just Ryjack. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, check them out. I'll have links to follow these people in the episode description as well. So just check that out. We will be back next week. Still hammering out all the full lineups for all of our March shows. So pay attention to that at Shades of Blue and W. We only have one watch along this weekend since women have the next month off. Saturday. Yes, Saturday. Leeds United. Stupid Leeds. But we have all sorts of episodes out on Patreon. We have Leeds United TV. I had on Bren Law to talk about Leeds, so that's out on Patreon. The episode with Asan Naeem just dropped. Then this weekend, Theo Lloyd Hughes, we talked some Woso with him. That's out on Saturday. So yeah, just plenty of episodes on our feeds for you to check, YouTube, all those other things. Until next time, you know the vibes.